The Stefan Lambel cheering section barely surviving, barely able to hear us. Pete?
This is the loudest place in France. It's the Stefan Lambel fan club, and they've come from Saxon, Switzerland, about 4 hours away by car to cheer on Stefan. He's got 2 quads planned in his free program, so we'll have to see if it pays off. They keep this up. It sure should.
Yeah, we'll check back in with Peter throughout the evening, see if his voice holds up. Here is Stefan Lambel from Switzerland, not only the 2005 world champ, but now the Grand Prix final champ. He won that title in Tokyo this season. In 3rd place, though, after the short, needing a comeback. Better than 8 points off the lead.
And if there's anyone who can challenge Evgeni Plushenko for the gold medal in Torino, it's this man here. Why? He has 2 quads planned and a triple axel. He's one of the best spinners in the world. He opens with a triple axel. He popped it here and at Worlds last year and struggled with it. Very solid. Next up, a quad triple combination worth a whopping 13 base points. Quad toe, great reach back, triple toe. And he runs out of room there. The skater's really having a hard time fitting their programs in on this arena. It's 8 feet narrower than an Olympic-sized surface and 10 feet shorter.
Do you try to make that adjustment in practice, taking more practice time running through your programs?
Well, you only have a couple of times on this rink, and it's hard to back off it. You have one timing that works. So remember, skaters like Midori Ito skating out of the rink. The point is, in Torino, it will be an Olympic-sized rink, and I bet you that will help time quite a bit.
Stefan won the Grand Prix final in Tokyo in December. Remember, Plющенko was not there. Joubert was not there. He did skate head-to-head against Evgeny at Cup of Russia and did not beat him. Won the silver medal there as Plющenko won the gold. However, Lambiel skated great. He had a personal best in Russia.
Well, deep into the program, this quad toe loop, very important. Hand down there, worth 9.9 because it comes after the halfway point. It gets a 10% bonus. Triple flip, triple toe loop. This actually more valuable than the quad, 10.5, like it or not.
And many don't.
That's right. Many disagree with the fact that the triple triples are worth more than the quad. But that's the way the system reads, and you have to play the strategy. Triplet, single toe, that won't hurt him. It's the these spin elements that add on to those incredible jumps that make him such a tough competitor, Plushenko. Oops. Every little step counts. Oh, man, this footwork sequence, a disaster. He hasn't fallen like Evgeny Plushenko at the Nationals, but very hard. You have to keep your concentration much more so than in the old days. This new system. This program is very complex.
This is what he does.
Wow, so beautiful quad triple to begin the program, and the triple axel, which he struggled with. A little bit of an issue on the second quad toe, maybe a hand down, some footwork, but he's showing some strength going into Torino. Plushenko's going to have to skate tonight to win.
And no matter what, it's got to be great to just stand there and take it all in. To have your own fan club. Look at the cheering section for Stefan Lambel. You savor this moment if you're an athlete.
The opening quad triple. Watch the reach back here, the stretch of that free leg. He just vaults into the air, gets incredible height, and then runs out of room. This was going to be perfect. He just did not have enough room to save that landing. It's just a little bit over-rotated there. And the footwork, just little grabs of the heel here and a twist here, completely out of character, something that nobody would make that mistake again.
How much would the stumble cost him? You mentioned he didn't technically fall, Paul, but it will hurt the score. But look at the 70s there, 77-22, almost 77 for program components, 154-14.
Well, it turned out to be minor. I think you're looking at a little bit of a dock on the grade of execution, but that's it.
A new personal best for Stefan Lambel. He's in first. The top name still to come, though. Top competition from the Frenchman, Brian Joubert, getting ready backstage, stepping up the costume with Evgeni Plushenko lurking in the background here in Lyon. Coverage underway March 23rd. Meanwhile, on the ice, set to go, Brian Joubert from France. Behind-the-scenes conflict already this week here in Lyon. Here's Peter Carruthers.
Evgeny Plushenko comes into this championship with a couple of things going against him. About a week ago, he came down with the flu, had 102-degree fever, and had to have IV fluids. Well, he's gotten past that enough to be here at the championships, but not according to Brian Joubert. Joubert thinks he's playing mind games, trying to psych out the competition. We'll have to see how that all shakes out, but one thing's for sure. Each one of these guys wants to win this championship. There's none of this, I just want to skate my best.
So Joubert is not buying the story at all so far. That Plushenko has had the flu, or at least that it's going to affect him here in Lyon. And I guess as an athlete, that's how you have to tackle it. Lambiel, Lambiel, and Plющenko, your top three so far. But here's the 21-year-old from Poitiers, France, trying to prove at this point, Paul, that he didn't peak about a year and a half or 2 years too early for the Olympics. He won the European Championship in 2004, the silver medal at Worlds in 2004. Hasn't been the same, though, in a while.
He's made some coaching changes and struggled a little bit with his jumps. Let's see. Send-off to the Torino Olympics than to beat Evgeny Plushenko here in his home country. He opens with a quad toe. Beautiful. Oh, just lost the edge there with his heel. That is disappointing. The jump looked spectacular. And that just happens. Sometimes you get a little bit behind. Your heel digs into the ice. Well, he's got to gather it together. Triple flip, triple toe loop. As I mentioned, that worth more than the quad. 9.5 base points. So he's back on track. Triple axel. A little flip out. Do a double sow cow. That will be counted as a sequence. Crowd really getting behind this Lord of the Dance program. Very nice triplets.
Lambiel to Joubert to Plющенko. This just might be a preview of the battle for gold in Torino. Let's sit back and watch.
You can't forget the Canadians and, of course, Johnny Weir and Evan Lysacek as well. Second triple axel here. Flip out of that because it came after the half. It's worth 10% more. But certainly the emotions of the rivalry amongst these skaters, Lambiel, Plющenko, and Joubert, very intense here with the Europeans. Joubert, just such a solid jumper. Big, huge triple flip there. Reminds me of my old competitor, Christopher Bowman. After the ice ripped him off on the quad, he really pulled it together with a gutsy performance, laid the gauntlet down.
Switzerland's not far away, but we're right here in France. The Frenchman, Brian Joubert.
This quad triple, which was planned, he lands it. He lands it right here and then gets a little bit off his heel and it rips him off. He loses a point deduction plus -3 from every judge on the grade of execution. Then he changes what was supposed to be a quad into a triple-triple, which is worth 5/10 more in the base value. Very smart decision.
Not a bad scene here, Paul. Not far from the Swiss border in the Alps. Here in the third largest city in France, Lambiel, Joubert, Plющenko still to come. 68.96, well below what Lambiel had there in the 1-point mandatory deduction. So not enough.
That quad cost him this whole championship.
222.95, the overall total for Joubert. So from the peak moment of the end of the performance and the crowd going wild, now the letdown in the kiss and cry for Joubert in second. Still to come, though, the man who, well, he's the top name here, the top name in Russia, maybe the top name in the world. Certainly has proven that over the last 4 or 5 years. Evgeni Plushenko back inside the Palais de Sport here in Lyon. The European Championships underway. Alexei Michin on the side of the rink, the coach of Evgeni Plushenko, the 23-year-old, originally from Volgograd, Russia, the leader after the short program, the 3-time world champ, the favorite for Olympic gold. Now with a chance to win his 5th European title. And what an atmosphere, Paul. As we check out the top 3, Lambiel ahead of Joubert. This just may be the best crowd, the best atmosphere so far this season.
Well, absolutely.
In a skating event.
It's electric here, and now the pinnacle of the sport. Evgeny Plushenko takes the ice.
Last time he lost, the 2004 European Championships, he lost that to Joubert.
Whether you believe it or not, he says he's been battling the flu, so he's got to overcome that. He did in a short. He opens here with a quad, maybe in combination. Solid, very, very solid. No combination there, though. 9.0 base points.
Barely made it to the ice. 102-degree temperature, as Peter Carruthers reported earlier. Got IV with medication to get him back on his feet, even though Joubert wasn't buying it. Plushenko trying to get through this free skate.
Triple axel, triple toe, double loop combination, 13 base points. I could see why Joubert was not believing it. Looks like the same old intense Evgeny Plushenko. Second triple axel here. Very crisp landing. Circular step shows why he's among the best in the world. The program components sport, the intensity, the quick movement, the security over the edge. Turning both directions with no difficulty at all. Difficult steps. see him tiring a little bit. That footwork very intense. Well, beautiful quad to open with, triple axels, just to respond to that pressure.
And that's all he has. Paul, no disrespect to any of the other skaters, but do they need to even show up in Torino? The music, the choreography, the jumps, all the elements, the intensity, Evgeny Plushenko, showing you why even when he's not at his best, he is the best in the world. Back with his marks in a moment. After lying in cold exhaustion on the ice, Evgeny Plushenko's in the kiss and cry, trying to catch his breath.
And he opened with a quad toe. Watch the right foot, the control that he shows there to hold on to that. Most skaters would have fallen on that. Triple axel, triple toe, double loop. This were 13 base points. Great reach back in the toe loop and a very nice double loop there. It's very secure.
Not to spoil any drama, but you have to feel like these scores are a mere formality. 80.23 for the technical scores. And over 80 for program components, Paul.
Well, they're just so high. I mean, the program components, the way he emotes on the ice, the intensity of his performance is unmatched.
When he takes the ice, you feel like the JV game is over, and now the varsity is about to perform. Once again, the European champion, Evgeny Plushenko. Little hug from his coach, Alexei Mishin. And that is his 5th title. All 5 fingers represented for Plushenko. And he won last year, he wins again this year. Plushenko, the gold medal. Stefan Lambiel, the reigning world champ. He'll be a threat in Torino. He wins the silver. Ryan Joubert, a disappointing performance, or at least the number, ends up with the bronze.
Evgeny Plushenko, go back to the opening quadruple toe loop. When your foot left the ice and then you landed that jump, what exactly made that work so well?
I think finally I did quadruple clean, and I moved my mind to the forward, to long program. Step by step, triple axel, triple lutz, triple lutz.
What was the situation with your energy, the stamina?
After certain minutes, I was dead. Today, I was completely dead. Something staying here, and I couldn't breathe. It was hard.
At the end of the program, you just laid down on the ice after you took your bow. What were you thinking, looking up at the ceiling?
I was thinking, come on, I win again, 5th time, and finally I did my long program. And my God, I am dead. Today it was hardest European championships in my life.